Your doctor says you're fine, but you're carrying 30 extra pounds, you need 50 coffees to get through the afternoon, your energy hits an absolute wall by 2 p.m, and your sex drive, and every single year you feel like you're drifting a little bit further away from that man you used to be 10 years ago. So let me ask you something. If you're so fine, then why don't you feel fine? Because your doctor is looking for illness and disease when you are just looking for answers. And they are not the same thing at all. So in the next few minutes, I'm gonna explain to you exactly why so many successful men over the age of 40 get told that they're fine when they are anything but fine. And I'll also show you the one blood work marker that explains almost all of this stuff way better than anything else. After coaching over 3,500 men over the last 14 years, I've noticed a trend. The ones that feel the worst are usually the ones that have been told that everything is fine, which sounds impossible until you actually understand how the system works. So let's just, first of all, kill the word normal, because that is not getting us anywhere. We need to forget about it, because most people will assume that normal just means healthy, but it doesn't. It just means you're somewhere within this reference range. Let's just imagine for a second that I took a massive room full of exhausted, stressed out, overweight individuals and then just averaged out their blood work. Do you think that that would give us an average reading, or do you think that that would give us a optimal reading? Because that's exactly what's happening. Normal does not mean you're operating at your best. It just means that you're not sick enough to trigger a diagnosis. And that's a very different conversation. So that brings us back to the same point we were talking about before. If you feel so shit, why are you being told that everything is fine? Let's talk for a moment about what you're actually experiencing. I'm gonna do a little listicle for us here. Number 1, the 2 p.m. crash. I know that's familiar. Number 2, the belly fat that you can't move even though you've tried fucking everything. Number 3, the constant hunger. Number 4, the energy swings. And number 5, that motivation that you used to have is not the same anymore. And most men watching this will think that they are all separate problems, but they are not. In fact, after coaching hundreds of businessmen over the age of 40, I've noticed that they all show up pretty much together every single time. And he's usually the same guy that's telling me that he just doesn't feel like himself anymore as well. That, my friends, is not a coincidence. It's a pattern. And like I've said before, I've seen this hundreds of times before. And my goal here is to help you understand the pattern so everything starts making better sense. The marker that I've referenced before and that we're talking about in this video is fasting insulin, not glucose, not A1C, fasting insulin. And most doctors will never run that on their regular blood panel. And here's why it matters. Your body uses insulin to shuttle nutrients all around the body depending on where it needs to go. In a healthy body, running a healthy system, insulin doesn't even need to knock on doors. It just front kicks the fucking thing down, the energy gets delivered, and the job is done. But after years of stress, poor sleep, eating on the run, making shitty food choices, having too little muscle and too much fat, your body starts ignoring the signal. So when that happens, your body responds by just producing more insulin, then more, and then more again. Just picture a guy trying to get someone else's attention, right? He starts off talking at a normal volume, then he gets ignored. So he starts raising the volume until he's just literally just shouting in the guy's face that's right next to him and nothing's happening. Your body's basically shouting because nobody's listening. And that is exactly where the problems start. So remember the 2 p.m. crash? This is where it comes from. Your body has the fuel, but it just has the inability to actually access it effectively. And of course, you remember me talking about lack of sex drive. Remember? Gone. It gets interesting because when your metabolic health is actually taking a plunge, it makes a lot of your other systems in your body not work so well too. Hormones, energy, recovery, mood, everything starts going in the wrong direction, which is why so many men spend years of their lives chasing symptoms. Low testosterone, more supplements, fat burners, 50 coffees a day, whatever the latest Instagram trend is. Meanwhile, the main issue is under the surface the whole time. Listen, here's what I want you to understand. My goal as a coach is not to find disease. My goal is to find risk so that we can prevent disease happening in the future. That's the whole game. Because once symptoms appear, you are already too late. For example, when your piss starts going yellow, you're already dehydrated. The men who stay healthy the longest aren't just lucky, they're the ones that actually are proactive with their blood work and understand how to find risk. And once they establish this risk, they fix them before it becomes expensive. Not financially, physically expensive. You've got two options here. You play offense or you play defense. Defense just looks like waiting for yourself to get sick, showing symptoms, and then getting on the pharmaceutical hamster wheel and just paying the doctors over and over again to keep feeding you pills. Playing offense means getting regular blood work, getting it analyzed by someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, or learning how to do it yourself so that you can optimize your health and then also improve your longevity. So here's what I want you to do. Stop guessing. I actually built a free tool called the bloodwork decoder where you input all your lab results and it will tell you whether you're in that regular range and fine or whether you're above that range and optimal. It'll definitely show you where you stand. And if you don't have blood work yet, that's fine, because there's another option you can choose which goes through my comprehensive panel, exactly where you can get it, and it has all the markers that are actually necessary to establish whether you're healthy, optimal, or just fine. Because the question isn't, am I sick? The question is, am I performing at my best? And we all know darn well your doctor has already answered question number 1. So let's get the answer to question number 2 by clicking below, checking out my blood work decoder, and seeing what your blood work is actually trying to tell you.